Perfume inspired by poetry? Stay tuned. Welcome back. This is Joel the Nose, and today I am continuing in my series reviewing the French niche house, and that is Etat Libre D'Orange. And if you want to see my other reviews, all you do is go into my playlist on my channel, and I have a playlist for this house where you can see all my previous reviews. I think this is now number 10 in my series as I continue along. So today I'm reviewing, this is called Hermann Mes Cotes, and then it says Me parecent un hombre. So, I don't want to butcher that too much, but I'm just going to call it Hermann, or Hermann. Hermann in Spanish, how I tend to say things in Miami when I see an H. Anyways, this is a fragrance that was released in 2015, and this is a unisex eau de parfum, like almost all, or basically all their fragrances. This was, sorry, my dog is squeaking his toy. Jojo, stop. This was created by the perfumer Quentin Bisch, who also did some other ones for this house, including Experimentum Crucis, which I've reviewed previously. I'll put up a card there for that. So anyways, let me get kind of right into this. Just a little background on this bottle. I do have a sample here, which I got locally from Osme, my perfumery. And I've actually, sprayed the bottle at the shop. So like all their bottles, they have great atomizers, great sprayers. This is, again, what I like about a number of their fragrances is they give you different sizes, including all the way down to 30 mLs, which start at $48 retail. Then it's $50. I'm sorry, 50 mLs is $90, and 100 mLs, $149. So for a quality niche house like this, even at the 100 ml level, you're getting a great price, but you can jump in at a smaller price point to see whether you like it or not. Okay. This would be described as a woody aromatic as far as its classification. On Fragrantica, this is ranked or rated as a 3.98, so that's pretty high. It gets a pretty high rating overall. The name, by the way, it's kind of interesting. They always come up with interesting names, and one of the things I love about this house is you go on their website and everything has a really long backstory. So when they create a perfume or a fragrance, they really dig into something that inspires them. In this case, it is a Victor Hugo poem. And what this kind of concept they're going for here, and I like to say this because then at the end I say whether I think they achieved it. The concept they're going for here is basically a perfume that is like your shadow, that is your silent companion, that is your alternate self that you can talk to, that doesn't speak back, that doesn't argue with you. For example, in the poem, the protagonist is walking through a dark forest or a green wooded forest, and he has his companion, which is himself. That's kind of what this fragrance is supposed to be, like your alter ego. The notes as listed are black currant, black pepper, galbanum, calypsone, which is a synthetic kind of melon-like fragrance. Then geosmin, which is kind of like a rain or wet soil. Frankincense, pepperwood, petalio, which is like a rose or flowery material. Rose absolute, I'm sorry. Patchouli and ambroxan. So a lot of really popular materials are in this fragrance. Just to get right into it, I'm going to spray on the inside of my... Actually, I can't spray. I forgot to tell. So the sample I have here is one of these. It's not an actual spray bottle. It's where you have to, you have like the little dabber. So my experience with these, you can't really judge the projection or even the longevity on this, because when I dab on my skin, I just don't get the same, anywhere the same, layering on my skin or the same projection as if you use the atomizers. And again, these bottles have good atomizers. So what I did this morning is I dabbed the back of my left hand, I dabbed the inside of my arms, I dabbed either side of my neck and the back of my neck. So that is my caveat. I just never get the same performance when I use something like that. Having said that, let me go ahead and dab it just so I can kind of at least get a fresh smell right off the top. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so this is very interesting. This one at the top, I get that melon. I get kind of like a green, I don't know how to say, green, fresh, minty. It's weird. This can be a weird description, but to me, this reminds me of kind of like minty green mouthwash or toothpaste. And clearly that is from the melon, which is that calypsone. Clearly this is from the black pepper at the top. So, you know, kind of like that spicy mouthwash or toothpaste. That's what this smells like. I kept smelling my hand all morning as I was wearing this, and it was pleasant. It was nice, but to me, again, it just was like, okay, you know, this is that odor associative learning behavior. When you learn odors from usually the time when you were very young as a child and it sticks with you. For me, I can't get past it. It just reminds me of that. As it kind of dried down, this was a very linear fragrance for me. I gotta say, as it dried down, I didn't get, I do at the top, I do get a little bit of the rose also. So I get this kind of like rose, I get this again, this green. It's very cool, by the way. So I definitely get the concept they were going for, which is kind of walking through this forest, greenery, you know, enclosed, cool, damp. So they achieved that. I'll give them a thumbs up for that, because a lot of the materials they were using gives you that cool, green, damp, rain effect. Definitely get that. But I just keep thinking mouthwash, toothpaste, and it just keeps coming back to me for that. So as it, and again, at that top you get all that, and I get a little hint of the rose, which was nice, but, sorry, wrong part. But it's just, to me, doesn't stick out as something super unique for the house that I really enjoy this house, and I own a bunch of these personally in my collection already. So this one for me just did not do it for me. It's like the other ones did. As far as the longevity, again, it's going to be hard for me to say. I'm just dabbing. I got about 5 hours of performance. I typically get, you know, at least 8 when I use the atomizers. So I'm assuming if you did that, you get the similar, you know, kind of performance that the other fragrances give you. And I would say that after a couple hours, after about the 3-hour mark, it becomes almost like a shampoo-like. And I think, again, it's because of that mouthwash kind of toothpaste smell. It has a very kind of pleasant, just pleasant smell. But to me, this is just not super unique. So in the end, I'll say they did. At the top, they achieved what they were going for. I think as it dried down, it just seemed kind of linear and kind of a little bit boring to me. Anyways, that's my opinion. Love to hear what you think. Has anyone worn this? Do you own it? Do you have opinions on it? Please leave some comments below. Thank you for everyone who's already subscribing. You know, of course, I always really appreciate all the subscribers that are out there. You guys motivate me. For those of you considering, please, I appreciate those who, you know, that are taking the time to think about it, and those also that are watching the video. I know your time is important, so I hope you found this valuable and you got something out of it. This is Joel the Nose, and I'll come back to you soon with another video.